Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a makeup brushes guide for beginners. So I'm going to suggest all the brushes that you would require as a beginner to begin with your makeup game. So let's begin. I'm going to begin with the face brushes first. A buffing brush I feel is a must-have when you are a beginner to blend in your foundation. I always suggest for a buffing brush rather than going in with a sponge to blend your foundation, because I feel if you get the hang of using a brush to blend your foundation onto your face, you will get stronger in blending. So as a beginner, I feel it's very important that you practice your base makeup with a buffing brush instead of using a sponge. My absolute favorite buffing brush has to be the PAC 231 buffing brush. This is very huge and really dense, and I have been using this for a couple of years and it is going super strong, and it's very affordable too from the PAC brushes range. I think all these black handle ones come at a cheaper price, but they are amazing in quality. Since this is huge in size, it actually blends your foundation really quickly as well, because it covers a lot of your face area. So when you use a buffing brush, don't try to rub and buff the foundation onto your face. Instead, just gently dab the foundation on your face and the product will blend automatically, and use very light pressure to blend them in, and that's how you can become a pro in blending. So yeah, just keep practicing. I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. Also, the two affordable brands that make really amazing good quality and affordable brushes are PAC and ARTE or ProArt, whatever it is. So yeah, these two are the brands that make amazing brushes at a budget. The second brush I feel is a very important brush to have in your makeup tools collection, which is a concealer blending brush. I cannot stress how important a concealer brush is to achieve a nice flawless base. So this one is the PAC 212 concealer blending brush, and if you could see, the brush is kind of pinched at the top and it's got that flared edge to it on the top. So this brush is really dense, but it's pinched at the top right here. So if you view it on the side, it would look flat, but it's got a nice density on the top. This is what makes this brush really amazing when it comes to your under eye blending with a concealer product. This one just fits perfectly on your under eye and blends your product beautifully. I absolutely love this concealer blending brush from PAC. Just makes my life so much more easier, and it just fits on all the nooks and corners of your eyes. I also use this brush wherever I could not reach on the face, for example at the corner of my nose or around my mouth somewhere to do some concealing. This brush comes in super handy, so I absolutely recommend the PAC 212 concealer blending brush. Then comes the beauty blender. So this one is from e.l.f. So it's got a flat edge on the top, and it's got the teardrop shape to it, and it's very soft, and this is the most softest and bounciest sponge that I found in the affordable category. It blends your foundation and concealer really well, but like I mentioned, you do have to practice your base makeup using brushes, because that's what is gonna really strengthen your blending game. But I feel keeping a sponge in your makeup kit is also very essential, just to make sure that once you have blended your base products using the makeup brushes, you can go in with the damp beauty blender just to make sure that everything looks even. And a beauty blender really comes in handy if you have deposited some excess product onto your face by mistake. The sponge is going to really help you to remove all the excess product from your face and make your base makeup look super seamless and beautiful. And of course, once you are a pro with blending your makeup using the brushes, you can obviously go in with the beauty blender itself to do your base makeup. I generally use a beauty blender to take away any excess product away from my face, or to make my base makeup look super seamless and blended. I absolutely go in with a beauty blender. Then comes a powder brush, which is also, I feel, is very important to have in your brush collection. So this one is from CARA, and this has to be the softest brushes that I own from any brand, but I particularly love this powder brush from them. It's such a great powder brush to set your base makeup in place using some loose powder or even a compact powder for that matter. And also this brush comes in handy when you do some baking onto your face. This just helps to remove all the excess powder away beautifully. And this brush overall feels super luxe and high quality when you use it on your face. So I absolutely love the feeling of using this powder brush from CARA, and the number is F001. I think they sell all these brushes in a set, not individually, but all the brushes that came along with this set were really good quality brushes. So I do have a couple of brushes from them and they perform so well. And since this brush itself is a domed shape, you could obviously go in with the same brush to do your contouring or your blusher. What you could do is you can take a tissue paper, just wipe off all the powder onto the tissue paper, and you can reuse the brush for different products. This could also work amazingly well to apply your bronzer as well on the perimeters of your face. Since it's super fluffy and has a nice narrow shape to it, it's gonna fit on the hollows of your cheeks perfectly. So you can obviously go ahead and use the same brush to make it more multifunctional. If you can afford a little bit more, obviously you can go in and invest in a blush brush or a contouring brush. So the next brush is a blush brush, which is like a smaller version of a powder brush, which fits perfectly onto your cheeks. It's very easy for you to apply and blend your blusher onto your cheeks. And this one is from Amazon, from a brand called Puna store, I guess. And this one also came in a huge set which had I think more than 20 pieces of brushes in it, and it was for about 600 rupees I think, and it is going pretty strong until now. And I bought these I think 3 or 4 years back, and they are pretty good until now. So I'm very impressed with the brushes that came along with the set. For the longest time I was using only this brush set. This one has all the brushes that you would need, I think, except for a blending brush, so I had to invest in a blending brush separately. But other than that, this set had a whole collection of brushes that you would need as a beginner. So if I find the brush set, I would put the link in the description box so that you guys can check it out. Again, you can use the same blush brush to apply your bronzer or contour as well. Since it is smaller in size, it's gonna fit onto your cheeks perfectly. So you can just wipe off the excess powder or blusher from the brush on a tissue paper, and you can absolutely use it as a multifunctional brush. Now for powder highlighting, you could either use a blending brush itself. This one is from PAC. The number is 210, and it's a great brush to apply your highlight onto your face. It just deposits the right amount of highlight on the tops of your cheekbones or on the bridge of the nose, the cupid's bow, the chin, the whole shebang. Yeah, I always reach out for the PAC 210 blending brush to apply my highlighter. Or you could also invest in a fan brush which looks like this. I think this one is from CS Essentials. Yeah, this one is very soft as well, and it's not too big, so it's gonna fit onto the tops of your cheekbones perfectly. So again, you can invest in either of these brushes to apply your powder highlighter. Now let's talk about eye makeup brushes. Honestly guys, you really don't need a ton of brushes to get your eye makeup correct. There are only a few brushes that you would need to get that really blended, smooth eye makeup. So I'm just gonna begin with one. The first brush that I would recommend is a spoolie brush, which I feel is super important to have in your makeup kit. This one is the ProArt PE33 spoolie brush. This can come very handy when you do your eyebrows, or if you apply some excessive mascara onto your eyelashes, you can use these kind of brushes to take the excess away from your lashes. Or if you have an eyebrow product which already has a spoolie at the other end of the product, you could totally skip this, but this does come in very handy when you do your eye makeup. The next brush is an angled brush. So this one is the ProArt PE28 brush. This has got a very nice sharp edge to it. It applies your eyebrow products or even a gel eyeliner perfectly onto the eye, since it's got a very nice thin tip to it. Or you could always use an angled brush to apply some eyeshadow onto your lower lash line. Since this is very narrow, it's gonna fit in perfectly onto your lower lashes. So again, an angled brush is always multifunctional, and it's very important to have it in your makeup tools. Then comes the most important brush for getting your eye makeup right, which is a blending brush. A blending brush is a must-have in your makeup collection, be it for your eyes or your face. It comes very handy. So the one that I absolutely love is the ProArt PE22, which is quite spread out. It's not tightly packed and it's very soft. It blends my eyeshadow onto the crease perfectly. I really don't have to use a lot of effort while blending when I'm using this particular brush. It is that good, so I'm definitely gonna recommend this brush to all you beginners out there because it's quite amazing. And you can have two blending brushes in your makeup kit because that comes very handy when you do your eye makeup. You can use a blending brush to apply some crease color or on the outer corners, or you can just pinch the brush like so and apply some eyeshadow onto the bottoms of your lower lash line as well. So a total must-have is a blending brush. The next eye makeup brush that you would absolutely require is a flat eyeshadow brush which applies and deposits shimmer or matte eyeshadows on the eyelids. So I'm going to recommend the ProArt PE19. So this one is a flat brush. A flat brush is going to really apply your shimmer eyeshadows perfectly onto the top of your eyelids, or even a matte eyeshadow like I mentioned. So it is very important that you have a flat eyeshadow brush in your collection as well. The next eye makeup brush that you would require is a smudging brush or a pencil brush. So this one is the ProArt PE29. The number is almost rubbed off, but yeah, this is what a pencil brush looks like. It's very stiff and almost looks like a pencil on the top. A pencil brush is going to really help you in creating a nice smokiness on the lower lash line because it fits the lower lash line perfectly, and since it is more on the stiffer side, it just blends your cream or stiffer products blend and smudge onto the lower lash line very well. So it's very important that you have a smudging brush as well. Or if you don't want to invest in one, you could always go in with a Q-tip, which almost has a similar shape of a pencil brush and it performs quite similar as well on the eyes. So you can absolutely go in with a Q-tip to smudge your kajal or to smudge your eyeshadows. So that's pretty much it when it comes to makeup tools as a beginner. These are all the tools that you would require to do your makeup initially when you're a beginner, and you can slowly build it up when you keep improving in your skills. So yeah, these are the basic brushes that you would need. I really hope all these brush recommendations were helpful to you. I also did a whole beginner's makeup kit video on my channel as well, so if you want to know all the makeup products that you would require as a beginner, I'll put it on the cards right on the top of the screen. So that's about it for today's video. I really hope that you guys found this video useful and helpful. If you did, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up, comment, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel for more such videos, and I shall see you guys soon in my next video. Bye!